Hey, Scott Jordan here and Mark Warner from the Bulling Companies, and we have a very, very important announcement, but we can't let the cat out of the bag, as they say so far, right?
Well, that's true, and the announcement has to do with the fact that we've all been experiencing and have lived through COVID.
Yep.
So that has created some questions and some concerns, and we want to address those.
Yeah. After a year and a half of spraying disinfectants and mopping disinfectants, we've learned a lot about things like residue and potential issues like that.
Some of the concerns that we've been hearing about, people are concerned about residues. They're concerned about things like streaking and filming. And all those are somewhat aesthetic, they're appearance related. But the other things we've heard that are concerning is whether or not there are any kinds of residues that might have created some degree of toxicity. And these are questions that we're receiving from K through 12 schools, daycare centers.
A lot of questions about desks and things like that in schools, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And gyms and fitness centers and things like that are also big concerns as to whether or not there is any reason to be concerned about residues that are potentially toxic to humans. So that's some of the concerns and issues that we've learned a lot about during living through COVID.
Yep.
And so we're finding that the world's got these kind of wish list, the needs and desires of the world. And, some of those are, is there anything that's residue free?
Yeah. Non-toxic would also be a good one.
Yep, that would be
in a perfect world.
Yep, that'd be on the wish list, right? Yep. Or, what about even something that might be bio-based?
Yeah.
Like isn't there a way to do this without, or using plant-derived materials or biological?
Well, funny you should have that wish list, because we have a new product right here. Let me read the complete name. It's Airx CitroRX, VIRUCIDal, Botanical Disinfectant Cleaner and Odor Counteractant, and also Tuberculocidal, Fungicidal, and a Sanitizer. That's a lot of product that answers a lot of those wish lists that we just talked about.
Well, we were looking at trying to help solve some needs and desires, and so we're really excited about this product announcement.
Yep.
And that is, it's VIRUCIDal, and it is botanical.
Yep.
Botanical means it's plant-derived,
Yep.
and that's fascinating. The bigger question that comes up a lot is, that's great, but does it have the efficacy to deal with some of the most dangerous pathogens that are out there? And interesting that you would bring that up. I mean, SARS CoV-2 is the one that causes COVID, and it is on the end list as being efficacious or effective against SARS CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID. Beyond that, a lot of us are familiar with different ways that we grade the strength of a disinfectant, and one of those ways is whether or not it's tuberculocidal.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah.
And the issue isn't that we're necessarily afraid of TB. It's been pretty much eradicated, but it's an organism that's very difficult to kill. And so if a disinfectant is able to kill TB, it's an indication of just how effective and how powerful that disinfectant really is.
Yep.
The things that we tend to worry about the most, nowadays is things like staph infections and more importantly, methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus infections.
That was always the one that people were very concerned about.
Yep.
And then COVID took over, obviously for good reason, but now that we're kind of coming out of it to a certain degree, depending upon the variant, we're getting back to the same old ones that we're worried about for years and years and years.
Yep, MRSA.
Yep.
The other things that we worry about is things that cause the common cold and things that might cause sore throats and whooping cough and all those kinds of things. And this has got the efficacy kill claims for all of those organisms. But on top of all that, it does that, and it's a safe product.
Yeah.
I mean, the most amazing thing, Scott, is that it's registered or certified by the EPA, designed for the environment.
Right there, yep. Yep. And that's not to be confused with Safer Choice. There's two different parties involved in the authorization on that. So the EPA has a different set of rules to go under the DFE program versus Safer Choice is not related typically with disinfectant products.
I wonder if they share the same office. But, you know, part of that safety thing is what do you have to indicate on your badges that are on your labels and on your safety data sheet. And some of the things that we tend to watch for is whether or not it's got any environmental concerns or whether or not it's got any hazards for humans.
Yep.
And this carries the lowest possible rating you can have, right, Scott?
000A, and A indicates eye protection, and that's just because there's a lot of things that could bother your eyes. It's not just because this product is really dangerous. That's the minimal one. The personal protection as far as gloves and things like that are not required.
So it carries the same eye protection warnings that baby shampoo and seawater carry, for that matter. So yeah, very, very safe from that standpoint. But with all that said, one of the most fascinating things about this in use is that it's residue free. It's got the ability to leave almost no residue whatsoever, and that is, you can see that when you use it on surfaces like glasses and mirrors and indoor windows, where traditionally disinfectants might cause some streaking. This is really film-free, streak-free, residue-free product. Really revolutionary.
And we have been working with it. You and I personally have been working with the product for months. Obviously, it took a long time to get everything approved, all the processes, all the state registrations, and everything else. But we are ready to roll now. The product is actually in stock. In various sizes. So we have the quarts, and then
we have gallons.
And we're pretty strong. We can hold that up just like that.
Yeah, man, that's
been working out a lot. But you got bag in a box, 2.5 gallon bag in a box, a unique package for the bowling companies, so you can refill your bottles out of that, and
or sprayers.
Or sprayers.
Since this is a ready-to-use product, you've got the ability to put this right into your sprayers and use it as a spray application.
And we have a whole spray system that you can learn more about. Below this video, we'll have links for all that.
So I'm excited, Scott. This is a groundbreaking breakthrough news and an announcement. This is fantastic.
Who would have thought we'd have a new disinfectant? But everybody asked for it, and there was a lot of needs after a year and a half of seeing what the issues were with the conventional products. I think we've knocked it out of the ballpark here. So thank you very much for tuning in and watching this intro video. We're going to have a more detailed video on the product itself coming up, as well as on the additional Airx products in the line. So thank you very much, and thanks, Mark.
Thank you all, and thank you, Scott, for including me in this breakthrough announcement.
Yes. Thank you.